Shalom.
First and foremost, we want to turn to the east and give all honor, praise, and glory to
Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shah Ba'Shem Kakadash.
double honor to our apostles and elders, great millstone that rule well. Peace and salutation to the hopeful elect, pushing the true doctrine across the four winds, the earth, and all truth and sincerity. With the Mississippi camp, once again, come out on the highways and byways, prophesy the downfall of America. Let you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American, know you most high chose people, repent and come back to the Heavenly Father, you know what I'm saying, before it's too late.
This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 12, verse 10. Never trust your enemy, for like as iron rust, so is his wickedness.
Right, never trust thy enemy. And the first way to be able to do that is acknowledging who your enemy is, man. If you don't know who your enemy is, you're not going to be the cycle where you can trust this person or not. So the Lord has sent forth his prophets to let you know who your enemies are, man, which are the Edomites, Esau, Edom, okay? The so-called white race of this nation, man. That's your enemies, okay?
Verse 12. No, it's like verse 11. Oh, back in Ecclesiasticus 12 and 10. Never trust your enemy, for like as iron rust, so is his wickedness.
So when you finally acknowledge who your enemy is, then you have to come to the understanding that he can't be trusted, man. So regardless of how he try to treat you, how nice he seemed to be to you, at the end of the day, he's not to be trusted, man. And if you find out who your enemy is, as we have through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shah when it comes to these devils, man, and you check the track record and the way he have done you, the nation of Israel, you would understand that you can't trust this man. But there still seem to be a problem with you Israelite mental, and you just can't get it.
Verse 11. Though he humbles himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him.
Right, and we have been talking about Trump, man. You know, he humbled himself and telling you people all he was gonna do for you, and you know he gonna lower taxes, groceries and gas and etc. Man, you know. But we're gonna see soon that he's gonna backtrack on all that, man. He's not gonna keep his word because he's the devil. He can't be trusted. Okay. At the end of the day, he's not out for the people, man. He's doing the will of Esau, Edom. All right.
Back in Ecclesiasticus 12 and 11. Yet take good heed and beware of him, and you shall be unto him as if you had wiped a looking glass.
Because if you take heed to him and you sitting back and you watching him and paying attention to the way he moves, you're gonna understand that this guy ain't right, man. The scriptures goes into how he's estranged from the womb, man. He can't get right, man. He's not gonna do anything that you can really be trustworthy in him with. It may seem like he's trying to do something in your benefit, but he has an alternative motive, man. He's not gonna fully fulfill anything that's gonna help you, man.
There's no such thing as a good white man.
Point blank, period.
Back in verse 11. And you shall know that his rust has not been altogether wiped away.
It's gonna come back, man. Just like he's gonna pretend he's a decent human being. That serpent is gonna come to fruition, man. It's a part of his DNA. He cannot just suppress it for too long, man. All right. Can you give me a?
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 25, verse 19. Confidence in the unfaithful man in the time of trouble is like a broken tooth and a foot out of joint.
It ain't gonna work. It just ain't gonna work, man. I mean, how far or how much can you trust in a broken foot or a limb out of joint? You know what I'm saying? If you gotta run from a prey, man, it's not. You're not gonna be able to do it. You can't depend on it, man. So how much more are you gonna be able to not depend on this devil, man, when it comes to having you in a good position? Can you read that one more time, Bible?
This is Proverbs 25 and 19. Confidence in the unfaithful man in the time of trouble is like a broken tooth and a foot out of joint.
Confidence, man. So you have confidence in the guy. You believe that what he say is gonna come to pass. He's gonna help you. You trusting in his word, man. You know what the scripture says. Woe to him that go down to Egypt for help, man. So you're trusting that this man is going to have your interests at heart. You're trusting that you're going to be able to have, you know what I'm saying, a better life you know what I'm saying, in society, man, trusting these devils, man. But, you know, on the other hand, he got his AI he pushing, his MODTB he pushing, this technocracy he's pushing. You know, there's no longer going to be a United States government, man. There's going to be a government run by techs, man, and scientists, man. You know?
Quick one. Jeremiah 17:5. Thus said Yahweh, cursed be the man that trusts in man, and make flesh his arm, and whose heart depart from Yahweh.
Right, because we don't supposed to trust in man, man. Okay? How you gonna trust in man? You a man. You supposed to trust on the power on high, man. You know, be steadfast, unmovable. You know what I'm saying? Lean not to your own understanding, that the scriptures say. We supposed to trust in Yahweh Shemi Yahushua, man. You know, how you gonna trust the creator, the creation more than the creator, man? You know? And like I say, you know, this devil has a track record, man, of his the way his contracts and covenants he keep with people. He don't even keep his own word, man, to his own kind, his own people. So how do you expect him to keep a word with you, man? You're his enemy, and vice versa, man. Only difference is, excluding the Lord's elect, our people don't understand that this devil is their enemy. But you can best believe he knows that who his enemy is, man. You know what? This devil said that when Isaac passed, Esau said what? I will slay my brother Jacob, man. He has that perpetual hatred, man, and that hasn't stopped. That hasn't ceased. It's continuing on, and it's about to, you know what I'm saying, be ignited again, man, in its full content.
That's it. Hosea 4:6. You have something? Okay.
Yeah, James 7 verse 20. And of the 10 horns that were in his head, and of the other which came up, and before whom 3 fell, even of that horn that had eyes, and a mouth that spake very great things.
Start over and read it loud, bro. Yeah, break down the 10 horns first.
It's Daniel chapter 7, verse 20. And of the 10 horns that were in his head, and of the other which came up, and before whom 3 fell.
All right, so what's the 10 horns? The EU. The 10 horns are the EU. All right? Those vassal states that believe in that ideology are wrong, man. But to offset prophecy, you know, they added more states or more more countries, and now you have what? The EU. All right, go ahead, boys.
And even of that horn that had eyes.
Read, and then the other 3, go back to the 3 that failed.
And before whom?
Sorry, start over again. I miss you.
This is Daniel chapter 7, verse 20.
All right, now you 70-20, go ahead.
And of the 10 horns that were in his head.
Right now, the 10 horns again is what? Now the EU. Go ahead.
And of the other which came up, and before whom 3 fell.
All right, now what's the 3 that fell? Spain, Britain, Spain, France, and Great Britain. Okay? And then you have what? The birth of America. All right, I'll leave that.
Even of that horn that had eyes, and a mouth that spake very great
If I
things.
could just say something, the horn is what? It's a rulership. Power. Okay? Going into what? The existence of America, man. Because those 3 had to fall prior to what? The rulership of America.
Can I say this too?
Yeah.
When it, what you call it? A rhinoceros. Its power is what? That home.
That's right. Oh,
It's that home. So when it cut his horn off, he defeats us.
that's right. It should be what? Their military might.
But I mean, that pretty much is going to the speaking of great things. Going back to Trump, man, all these sweet lies he's telling people, man. You know, all the things he's gonna do, you know, and undo that Joe Biden had done, that he making it look like was, you know, oppression of the people. But you know, regardless, whatever they do, it's still gonna be oppression on the people, man, because they're pushing toward their agenda, which is the NWO, man. So there's no agenda to make America great again in the sense for the people, man. You know, it's to make America great again for the elite and their this digital technical technocracy they trying to push, man.
Finish that scripture off for brother.
Okay. In a mouth that spake very great things, whose looks was more stout than his fellows.
Right, man. So that's why he, you know, Canada's gonna be the 51st state. You know, we're gonna turn the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. Putin, you better stop the war. It's gonna be a problem. This is this man trying to be more stout than his fellows, man. You know, he's looking down at everybody because what? America, this powerhouse. He feel like that America is over everybody, man. You know, everybody got to bow down to the beast, man. You know, but it sounds good and it's looking good, but you know what I'm saying? The scriptures go to how the weak, let the weak say that I'm strong, man. These other nations are gonna start teaming up, man. You know, Russia, Iran, Turkey, you know, amongst other nations gonna start teaming up, and they're gonna come against the devil, man. You know, and Trump, man, it was really a no-brainer he was gonna be in office because just speaking as a man, all the shit that he was doing, as far as they taking him to court, giving him all these fines and shit, having him on TV talking bad about him, that really, you know, like I said, I'm speaking as a man, that was like a what's that ritual?
Humiliation ritual?
When they embarrassing you and shit. Humiliation ritual, man. You know, he went through all that shit to secure the seat in the Oval Office, man. Because he's that outlet to all these other people. Because what? He's a businessman, man. And this technical system they come in with is a business type situation, man. It's not no governmental type running shit, you know?
That's why it's called the technocracy. Meaning what? That the expertise comes from what? Technical experts, man.
Yep.
Which has nothing to do with government policy.
Right.
Yeah, those are going to be the decision makers in the so-called next order to come, which is the New World Order.
Right.
You got the technical experts,
Yep.
the engineers, and your scientists, you know, these different doctors. And we saw a prelude of that with the C-19 issue.
Yep.
Who you saw in the forefront for the most part?
The shark.
Yeah, Fauci.
Yeah.
You know, he was really doing the bidding of Trump, you know, the elites.
Yeah.
In that part. So how much more will they actually perfect this new pandemic that's coming?
Right. And the reason why you have these technical experts, let's go to Psalm 49 and verse 11. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own name. And the reason why I brought that up, because even when you go into that inward thought, it all goes into the development and the attainment of what? The New World Order. But also for houses in the Hebrew, it's bayat. And the definition for bayat is what? It's symbolic for what? Souls, spirits, meaning what? Also, they want to merge man with machine, transhumanism, which means what? To change human. So that's the reason why you have to have a technocracy within the objective of the New World Order, man.
Right. Because what are these politicians, what the fuck do they know when it comes to like science and, you know, these different things, technology? They don't know shit, man. They used to dealing with, you know what I'm saying, these regular ways of doing law and order, man. But see, now you got what? Bill, say his name, the Gates of Hell, and, you know what I'm saying, Zuckerberg, and who the fuck else?
Musk?
Yeah, Three Musketeers.
Musk.
You know, you got all these guys, J Bo,
Yeah,
you know.
these different CEOs, these artificial intelligence companies.
Yeah. Some we don't even know. Never heard of, you know. This is almost like I guess another shadow government in a sense, man. They play in the background and they're giving this illusion that America is still like a GOP state, but it's really gonna be like brother said, a technocracy, man.
Yeah, this society or this government is about to push what? Fascism. Right? That's where we're heading, man. That's the reason why Elon Musk did that salute. And a lot of brothers think that goes back to pagan Roman Empire, but really that goes back to a drawing in 1784 by the name of Jacques, and I want to say going into the brothers of the Herodi, man. But after that, you know what I'm saying, that's when Mussolini adopted that gesture as well as Hitler, man. Appreciate, bro. This is Revelation chapter 13 and verse 15. And he had power. Oh, yeah, sure. Revelation 13 and 11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth. And he had two horns like a lamb, and he spoke as a dragon.
You know, that beast going to this Edomite supremacy, you know, fashioned after NATO and the EU. You know, it's really patterned after what? A pagan Roman Empire, and more so the pagan Western Roman Empire. You know.
And another point, the reason why it's a beast system, it has nothing to do with the law, statutes, and the commandments. You know, it goes into, they believe in Satanism.
Hey, if I may add, beast goes back to your beast nature.
Right.
So these are different kingdoms that their philosophy was basically anti-Yahweh.
That's right.
Because to give context, and the Most High breathed the breath of life into Adam with those laws, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so part of that beast system, and going back to Satanism is live beastly.
That's right.
Live beastly.
Sensual, you always bring that out.
Sensuality, yeah, carnality.
No discipline.
And when you're in your flesh like that, you're disconnected from Yahweh.
That's right.
Go ahead, bro.
No, it's we're seeing so many examples of him barking that they should be system. Obey your thirst.
Yeah.
You know, just do it.
Yep.
You know, by any means necessary.
Why
Like
wait?
YOLO.
You know, it's pretty much, you know, after your nature, man. That's what it's going by. You know.
This is Job chapter 10, verse 21. Before I go whence, I shall not return, even to the land of darkness and the shadow of death, a land of darkness, as darkness itself.
I'll make a point. And hey, America has to be the shadow of death. Now alcohol calls council, Pop Tarts. You know what I'm saying? You can't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Without basically you dying from something, from the air, the water, your food. You know what I'm saying? Your so-called medication regimen, the things you watch on TV, everything that brings so-called life in this existence promotes what? Your carnal death.
Now there's an ideal that people like to entertain. It's called a solar punk society. It's kind of like Wakanda. Wakanda was classified as like an Afro solar punk, in the sense that the technology was in tune with nature, or people's civilization was in harmony with nature. So the buildings and everything that was existed, it didn't interrupt nature. See, Esau society, it interrupts nature. It's not in harmony with nature.
Like concrete.
Like concrete.
Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
So one of the things that's deleterious to Earth, one of the things that's harmful to Earth is your very existence. That's why Joe Rogan said, if you look at the planet Earth from a satellite view, we are a cancer in the planet Earth. So your very civilization is the shadow of death. Because if you do right by the earth is going to do right by you. If you keep the land Shabbat, then the earth is going to give you vibrant fruit, vibrant vegetation. All right? Go ahead.
No, I'm just real. You right on.
If you let the animals, reproduce, you don't kill off all the animals. America was fat with buffalo. If you don't interrupt the waters, then the water's going to go through their natural cycles, and they're going to go through their channels of minerals. They're going to absorb those minerals, those gemstones. So if you do right by the earth is going to do right by you. So Esau hadn't been doing right by the earth. Now we're all decaying.
And that makes sense because the earth, the Most High gave it a spirit, so it was a self-governing spirit.
I think it's called the Schumann frequency. It's basically the earth pulsating at about 7-point-something hertz. The earth actually breathes. It's at about 7-something hertz. So the earth actually it pulsates.
It's a spirit.
It's a spirit. You have to downplay the natural inhabitants of the earth, like Gad and Reuben, like they're primitive, but they understood these principles, man. Treat her right, and she'll treat you right.
Yep. That's why when you look at the earth from a satellite view, it looks like it done been whipped, like slashed. You know, like you see like on the slave backs, how they have all them cuttings in their backs and stuff like that. That's how the earth looks from a satellite view, man. The reason why, because the earth is out of course by the inhabitants thereof. Who's that main inhabitant? Esau Edom, man.
Ashasha.
Yeah, Ashasha, he's the slumlord of the earth. That's due to his mismanagement, how he's been doing the Most High's laws, statutes, commandments. You know?
Like the drilling for oil, man. And he going through it, like, you know what I'm saying? All brothers going through it, man, about, if the, you know what I'm saying, Mother Earth, man. If you constantly drilling and drilling and drilling and drilling, you know, you can't do that to a woman, man. You're gonna tap her out, man. She's gonna be deleted. She can't continue to take all that penetration, man. Her body has to heal. That's why you gotta respect the land Sabbath.
And that's why you're not, yeah, because that's equivalent to a woman being on her cycle. And Jacob drilled a woman on her cycle.
Yeah.
All right, you're tilling your earth like a cycle, but that's Esau dealing with this earth. So just imagine, you've been drilling in the earth since the 1800s. You've been crossbreeding plants. You've been doing intensive commercial farming. You've been failing to keep the land Shabbat for, 200, 300 years? So the earth never had a fucking cycle. The earth ain't never had a break for 200, 300 years, man. Animals within the ecosystem, in the ocean and on land and in the air, they haven't even had time to reproduce themselves. His endangered species. So when you, and look, we're laymen. We're men that just go to work every day. But we know that when you come into power as a kingdom, you have to create a system that's sustainable and in harmony with the earth.
Got you. Hey, this is Genesis 1 and 11. And the Elohim said, let the earth bring forth grass, the herb yielding seed, and the fruit tree yielding fruit after his kind, whose seed is in itself on the earth, and it was so. And the earth brought forth grass and herb yielding seed after his kind, and the tree yielding fruit, whose seed was in itself after his kind. And the Elohim saw that it was good. And the reason why I brought that out, that shows you that earth is a mother. She gave birth. She was able to bring forth what? Yielding seed. So that shows you that the earth has to have the spirit in order to give life to the plants, the verbiage.
Because in the second
Or the verbiage,
the point, bro.
Now I'm saying, notice when the Elohim, they received those instructions from the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, what they say? It was good. Going to the Hebrew word, tawah, which goes to pleasant to nature. So everything that Esau does is a displeasant to nature, man. That's why, again, everything is out of course with the sinner, man.
Because even when you defecate, right? Like when we were camping, you dug a hole in the ground and you put your fecal down in it. But that fed the earth. And even when cows defecate. So everything that you do in nature is given to nature.
It's a cycle.
It's a cycle, man. Because cycles, another word for cycle is systems. So the Most High has all type of ecosystems within the earth, man. All type of systems that allows the earth to reproduce and replenish itself, man. All right, it allows the mother to flourish because we all are offspring. We sprung off the earth. These bodies are sprung from the earth. Our spirit sprung from Yahweh. But these bodies are offspring of the earth. That's why when your spirit goes back to the Most High, the body feeds the earth. It's a circle of life. Decompose.
Even my father, man, when he would do his garden, he always had two spots, man. He'll have a garden in this particular area maybe 2 years, man. And then, you know what I'm saying, he'll get the other garden, he'll open that garden up for the cows to go in there, eat the grass, defecate, fertilize, you know what I'm saying, the grass, the area, whatever. And he'll use the other side for the garden that following planting season, harvest season, man. But he kept rotating. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because it allows that particular ground area to rejuvenate. You know what I'm saying? Minerals build back up. The cows using the bathroom in there, it's breaking down, it's getting in the soil, making it rich. Therefore, when you do go back, you plant the seed, was born into the earth, being Mother Earth. Put the seeds in the ground, and what? After a little while, she started having children, if you will, which is gonna be your fruit.
Nature's gonna do its course.
Yeah.
Hey, just real quick to back up Elder Z. Hey, this is Genesis 1 and 20. And the Elohim said, let the waters bring forth abundantly the moving creature.
The earth water broke.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, and one thing you learn is, Hey, I'm gonna shop running out, but it's still posted. Get the water broke. And we learned all these things through the spirit of power, Yahweh by Shema Shai from our apostles, man. I can read it again, we're about to
Yeah, bro. This is back into Genesis 1 and 20. And the Elohim said, let the waters bring forth abundantly the moving creature.
Those the Adamites.
That's right.
The first race of man.
Yeah.
The moving creature was the Adamites. All right?
That's
And really what happened was going back to Aratazah, which is earth being a woman, all right, her water broke. And the way you know we came from that water, what's the percentage of you as far as your water content? 85. Between 70 and 90. So some sources say 66%, 70%. Some sources say 90%. But everything in your body breaks down to water. Now, if you look at the first diet, going back to Genesis, all right, it said the herb yielding fruit. How much water is fruit? Most fruit is like 90% water. So showing you that we all come from water, and our diet is mostly water. The water, the diet for the earthly tabernacle.
Because we would need water before we would need food. If
Right.
we was in the desert or something.
Right, it's right. And guess what? Speaking of desert, what does a lot of those cactuses have within it? Water. So, hey, the Most High so beautiful, and you learn how to eat. Even in 2000 AD, you learn how to eat just by reading the scriptures. But the point was, us being earthlings, the Aratazah earth water broke, and we sprung up out of water.
I got some heat. Hey, this is back into Genesis chapter 1 and 20. And the Elohim said, let the waters bring forth abundantly the moving creature, like Zaquan said, man as well, that has life, and fowl that may fly above the earth in the open firmament of heaven. And the Elohim created great whales and every living creature that moves. Now this is the point. This is Genesis, so like this is Job 40 and 15. Behold now, Behemoth, which are made with you, eat grass as an ox. Just to prove that all these creatures, including us, was made at the same time.
Because the dinosaurs came out too.
That's right. Like you said, the water broke.
And her water broke, man, and the moving creature, hey, that must have been a phenomenal sight. You know?
Hey, but Apostle Gabron always brings this up about this album cover, and you can expound on it.
No, you got it.
No, go ahead.
It was like a rock group,
Yeah.
some type of band.
Yeah.
But the album cover was people arising out of the water.
That's it.
And there are certain pictures you can pull up where people are in the beginning times, and they're cohabitating with dinosaurs, and there might be like a UFO hovering over them, which is a chariot. But in the beginning, that's what it was. That's why you watch the movie. Hey, the days of Noah, everybody was cohabitating with dinosaurs. There was no such thing as 50 million BC.
Hey, you said something too. Even when you jump up to Genesis 1 and 1, it tells you in the beginning, the Elohim created the heaven and the earth, and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was on the face of the deep, and the spirit of the Elohim moved on the face of the waters. When you look up that Hebrew word for move, it goes into hover. So what hovers?
Chariots.
Chariots.
Moving the elements.
Yes, it was Yahweh and 144,000 in chariots manipulating the elements.
Manipulating the elements, man. Ultimately, us, I'm willing.
Hey, but that goes to show you, like you said, why would Esau put a chariot like that, or a so-called UFO, and people coming out the waters if he didn't know?
Come on, man. He knew. Esau has information. We got faith. He has artifacts.
Right.
We got the truth. He got artifacts, man. He understands that Diluvian world, man. All right? And what I was going to say, and the importance of water, man, the Most High so bad what he did with water. He's so bad, right? Because the fruit is mostly water, right? And those are our original diet. How many systems in your body function with water? Like they need water to function. Think about it. There's something in your eye. Your divine engineering produces tears to get that something out of your eye. You know, if you have to spit something out, even like if you were a construction worker and you go into an old building, there's a lot of dust. What happens? You start producing mucus.
Or if you feel like you're about to vomit, you get that water intake.
Yep. Right.
When water comes up in your mouth.
You gotta, in order to flush your kidneys out, you need water. In order to have a bowel that not be constipated, you need water. To sweat, you need water. So our real diet is water.
And that's why Yahweh said what? I am the what? Living water from a spiritual sense.
Living water.
So from a spiritual sense and from a fleshly sense, we need water.
And then, if you think about it, fruit is like waters with minerals in it. It's mineral water.
You know what make even more sense? But Esau started capping off all the spring water, natural springs that you get water from. They started capping them off and started bottling up everything. And bottles, you know what I'm saying, the chemicals can cause cancer as well as not allowing you to produce.
Go ahead,
No,
bro.
so yeah, why you have multiple ingredients for bottled water?
Right, like what the fuck?
You know, so like names you can't even pronounce.
And why is it that when you leave a bottle of water in the car on a hot day, you drink this shit, it tastes weird?
Right. You open it, sound like a soda.
Right.
Some chemicals will explode.
Hey, but it says we drunk our water for money. So one thing that we've been stripped of besides our nationality, we've been stripped of the access to the planet Earth.
He took the access to the planet Earth, and his brothers y'all going to, he done started destroying. He done started doing everything contrary of the actual balance of how things should go.
This psychopath wants us to eat out of his hand and be his cattle, which is why he wants to put that carotid in us. You know how that farmer walks by his animals and all the cattle like gravitate towards him?
Yeah.
You know, yeah, that's the elites, man. They want all the cattle to just, because he finna eat, the elites finna feed us. It's feeding time, tax time, you know.
All right. Say the ox know his master type, you know, so
Yeah.
you know who he is, just come to him. Fuck.
Damn,
See,
psychopath.
and this is Habakkuk 2 and 4. Behold, his spirit, which is lifted up, is not upright in him.
Hey, that uprightness, or the not uprightness, is you wired to be contrary to the law.
And that's why the Lord said there's no such thing as an Edomite.
There's no such thing as a
good,
good-
yeah, good Edomite. A righteous Edomite.
Because your spirit by nature is rebellious.
Right.
Your spirit, and you show it through your rulership. Sirach 10, it tells you, hey, the way of the people is the reflection of the king.
Right.
So in your rulership, it's destructive because you're destructive.
These people are just like Biden.
Yeah.
It was muscly set up by Yahweh Shemel Shai. We read Romans 9th chapter, it goes into about how the two children before they were born, referencing to Jacob and Esau, how they did no good and evil. So it's the purpose of election for Yahweh Shemel Shai to stand. You know, and what does it say about like with Esau, how that which crooked cannot be made straight? You know, so he's like the Most High's created player that's destined to do anything that's abominable, wicked, debaucherous, anything that's on the left hand side. But that's a left hand antagonist on this planet Earth right now. You know?
And it's right. It tells you about Yahweh's creation. It said 2 and 2 are set against each other. So there has to be, like you said, an antagonist and a protagonist.
You have up, you have down, you have left,
You know, right?
you have right, you have day, you have night.
Yep.
Like just like you play a video game back in the day, you can create your own player, and you can do the customized player to your own likings. So that's how the Heavenly Father designed Esau Edom to be. You know, he's according to do the wicked on the earth, man. You know.
He did it.
Just a little more, bro. And verse 5. Yea, also because he transgressed by wine.
Yeah, you transgress by wine. What does that mean? You transgress through your philosophies because you persuaded the world that Yahweh's way was oppressive, aggressive, played out. And you have something called the age of reason or the age of enlightenment. So this goes back to.
Neoclassicism.
Say it again?
Neoclassicism.
I'm not familiar with this.
Yeah, the age of enlightenment is around that 1700 period.
Okay, so okay. But yeah,
End
enlightenment.
of the Renaissance.
Okay, the water. That's when they had the science, like they started discovering the planets and stuff.
Mm.
All right, the Galilee, whatever.
Yeah.
Allegedly discovered. But age of enlightenment, that in itself is a demonic term, because it's basically saying we're enlightened now, so that God way was really like some primitive, childish stuff.
Darkness.
It was darkness. Like, oh, a God created everything. Now we're sophisticated because we have science.
Right.
And, you know, and now like brothers would always get into it. Your science is really your idol. Science is really your new idol. That's your Baal.
Right.
Technology is really your Baal.
Right.
But enlightenment is basically implying that you were not enlightened when you believed that there was a God. You know?
Right.
But it's rooted back in your deviant nature. All right?
Like in Habakkuk 2 and 5, neither keeps at home, who enlarges his desire is hell.
Because you're covetous. Now, how do you manifest your covetousness in today's time? All right, it started with colonization. There was coveting. You hit the war-old era back in 2001. That was to get the oil. Remember, they still did that George Bush did. We over there to get the oil. I mean, you know. So every, no matter what your storyline is, your narrative, so to speak, the end result is when you go to that country and leave, they're poor.
That's right.
Every time you leave, it's like your partner when he leave your house, you got shit missing, man. All right.
And really, you know what? Since you said that's a point, and it goes back to what Esau's blessing. He should get the fatness of the earth. The fatness of the earth. What? You taking these natural resources from these countries because of your blessing.
And you do it through a propaganda. With America, you gonna say something, bro? With America, what's the propaganda? These are pagans, savages. They need to be civilized, kill the
Dictators.
Yeah, these are dictators. They even had a documentary, How to Be a Dictator. They demonized everybody, but the end result was you wanted their resources. You wanted a central bank or a central government in their country, man.
Bro, I think the forum Anatazan posted this. Allegedly, Gaddafi wanted to give the so-called black people $1 billion, but the government said no. You know?
Because the other nations don't were oppressed.
Right.
You know?
Right. All right, back into Habakkuk chapter 2 and just a little more. Verse 5. Who enlarges his desire is hell and is as death and cannot be satisfied.
Yep.
But gather unto him all nations and heap unto him all people.
And you're going to attempt to do that through your NWO.
Right.
And you're going to make official your possession of the people through your implementation of the Quran.
Man, this nigga like literally has the whole world in his hand because of the blessing, but that's still not enough. You still have to put your technology in them to claim them as your people.
You know what I realized about the nature of greed? It's an insatiable vice.
Right.
Like just like lust, if you're in the spirit of lust, you're never satisfied.
Right, you can't say that.
But when you, the deceitful, the greed is so deceitful and riches are so deceitful because you're never satisfied. You're always chasing a moving target, man. And the elites are slaves to greed.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually it's going to destroy you.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, just like a obese person, like they addicted to food, man. They so greedy they can't get enough. And eventually they just because their whole system is going to eventually shut down. You know.
And that's why it says in Job 20 when he's about to fill his belly. Right when you think about to reach that peak of your existence through the NWO, that's when Most High gonna Joel's to your ass, man. All right. Who has that? Okay, go ahead, bro.
This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 14, verse 7. And if he doeth good, he doeth it unwillingly, and at the last he will declare his wickedness. And the reason I brought that out because, you know, it's saying that when he do it good, he do it unwillingly. Yeah. Well, one good thing the devil did unwillingly was brought out the internet. Yeah. You know, Dave Rockefeller said it was the worst thing they could have done is brought out the internet. Well, he did it unwillingly, you know what I'm saying, in the sense because it wasn't up to him. Ultimately, it was Yahweh Shemi outside because that devil knew that they was going to be getting exposed on this type of level across the four winds of the earth. Off of this internet, they would have done that shit. That's why he made the statement.
That's a strong point. And keeping the Bibles and shit.
Yeah, all that would have been gone, man. They would have been locked up right there, and that whatever they got, that temple or that whatever they're keeping all the documents and the scrolls. They would have had it all locked up in there, man. So that was just the point of the bring out, you know. That's about the only thing that you should a good thing to come out of the devil, man, which wasn't a good thing on his part, it was really wrong, you know?
It's the book of Psalms 7, verse 14. Behold, we travailed with iniquity and have conceived mischief and brought forth falsehood.
Because iniquity goes back to inequity, man. So when you go through the world traveling with inequity, man. All right, you don't keep the law, statutes, and commandments and implement them in these other countries, man. All right.
The same verse in the NLT says, "The wicked conceive evil; they are pregnant with trouble and give birth to lies."
Yep.
So just back on Lamar's point, in verse 15, he made a pit and digged it, and it's fallen into the ditch which he made.
Because part of that pit is your creation of those nuclear missiles, man. You know, that's part of because the very thing that you created, that you don't want any other country to have but you, that's the very thing that's going to destroy you, man.
That's the physical manifestation of it.
That goes back to that dream.
Yeah.
Because he got all the nuclear capabilities, and because he want all the power. So them nuclear missiles, like you're going saying, eventually it's gonna be their destruction, man.
Like you said, like that's the physical manifestation of it. It starts off with spiritually. Through the mouth of the holy prophets, condemning this place, find out who Esau Edom really is, bringing forth his agendas and everything. Everything like this coming out to the light. Everybody know about the so-called secret societies, the shadow government nowadays. When you link it with the Holy Scriptures, it goes into about the secret council of the wicked. We can pinpoint that now through the Spirit.
You know? Because what we used to say 15 years ago, now it's common knowledge. What was so profound and had people turn their heads like, what in the world are they talking about? Now it's common knowledge. Now you see Jake at Walmart with fridges.
Right.
You know,
At the gym.
at the gym with fridges.
Little women shooting at the gym.
Yeah, man. So, now that's, man, the knowledge itself ruins your mystique.
Right.
The knowledge of who we are, who you are, it ruins your mystique. You know?
And this is you have something going? Okay. A 2 Thessalonians 2:8. And then shall the wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth.
Now, what's the spirit of his mouth? You break it down, bro.
Now, yeah, hey, Luke, want to get Luke the first chapter? How he spake by the mouth.
I got you too, bro. Hosea 12:10 states, I have also spoken by the prophets, and I have multiplied visions and used similitudes by the ministry of the prophets.
You know, with Jeremiah 3rd chapter, our Lord's going to give pastors according to whose heart? His heart. And they're going to feed you with knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. So through this understanding now, we know who the wicked is according to the Spirit, man. Who's doing all these diabolical works throughout the whole earth right now? You know, who's everybody pretty much demeaning in a whole way, talking about this is the devil, this is the great Satan.
Yeah, Esau.
Esau Edom, man.
And all y'all watching the prophets, man. Y'all taking the lingo.
Yep.
I heard somebody, a YouTube personality today say by default. We say that by default.
Well, and
or
look,
hence, or via.
yeah, but hey, I hear them say Most High. You know, Jake be saying Most High they platforms. They bring, the fact that you bringing out a scripture to cut a black woman, a so-called black woman on your platform.
Right.
Everybody watch the prophets, man.
Or the fact you doing in transit videos.
Right.
Or you doing walk and talk.
It's nature, man.
You know what I'm saying?
The minute you can hear "come,"
Man, I hear that, bro. It's over.
Hey, everybody looking. Go ahead, bro.
Alright, so, 2 Thessalonians, you read it back.
Okay. Hey, back in 2 Thessalonians 2:8. And then shall the wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming.
And the spirit of his mouth is the prophets, man. And it goes back to Jeremiah. I have planted men in your kingdom like caterpillars. And then you go into the word caterpillar, it goes into a certain type of worm that consumes the leaves of the tree. It destroys. So what the thing that's being destroyed is your image. The thing that's being destroyed is your how can I, your lies. You should have said something, Captain.
Coin. I was thinking, since you said that, you always bring that precept out about how he spread like a green bay leaf.
You
know?
the green bay tree.
Green, but it's like a green bay tree.
Yeah, but your kingdom is being consumed because the image that you have behind is being consumed. The eyes, like power that you oppose. The spirit, because it's not us, it's the spirit. It's consuming that eyes like effect that you have on mankind.
So if you're liking like that green bay tree, and if the prophets are likened to that worm, through the spirit of Yahweh Shemashah, the prophets are eating up those leaves off that tree.
And then
Destroying the stronghold.
and it was those, that's the word I was looking for, stronghold. And then once those leaves are consumed, then that tree is just bare.
That's right.
And then once the stronghold is consumed, you see this man for who he is.
That's right, bro. Naked.
Naked, yeah.
This is how he self-proclaimed being white, which goes into pure.
Right.
You know, he painted himself as this wholesome, you know what I'm saying, person who was always concerned about society and the growth of America. You know what I'm saying? That shit was all good back then, You know what I'm saying? Because even when he was saying these things, what he was doing to Jake, lynching Jake, you know what I'm saying, burning Jake, raping Jake women, but you know what I'm saying, all in the name of, you know what I'm saying, America and Jesus, you know what I'm saying, you know, and righteousness, you know. But now, you know, it's being revealed, man, that you just the snake that you are,
Man,
man.
that's a strong point. Like, how do you so-called Christians go to church and believe in that image when that was an image he was basically coming in the name of as he was murdering you, raping you, and robbing you,
And
man.
especially you simple jakes that still follow Christianity.
Right. That's what I was talking about,
But
bro.
when you look at it, the Beauchamps, it makes sense, because that's what they did.
But you know, I talked to a Jake from Africa. He was like, Christianity was a good thing. He was like, he was basically looking past what they did to make them Christians. It was like, Christianity was good for our people. And it was a nigga from Africa. He went on with Hamite. It's a nigga from Africa.
This is Luke chapter 1, verse 7. As he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began, that we should be saved from our enemies and from the hand of all that hate us.
Yeah. So that's the point. How the Spirit, you know, how the Lord's going to consume him by the Spirit of his prophets. He spake by the mouth of his holy prophets. So that's how Esau's being consumed. Making know with Obadiah, when it says like Esau's going to be searched out in these latter times. He's been found out. He's been found wanting. You know.
And this is John 1:6. There was a man sent from the Most High whose name was John. So the prophets are sent.
And we're agents, man.
That's right.
We're agents. That's how you have an insurance salesman, a cable salesman. Those are the agents for the company. So we're agents for the business of the Father. We're his agents that he sent out on the highways and the byways. Just how, as says we're made food for Hamashiach's sake, right? You will see somebody dressed in a suit, or like, I'm talking a clown suit, spinning some damn sign, making an effort to get your attention to go to this damn insurance building.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about? That Liberty shit.
Yeah.
So that's what we've been doing, man. We got the sackcloths on, and we yelling, looking like clowns. We're really diverting. We're bringing your attention to the prophecies, man.
Right.
To the Father's business. We're directing you to our Father's business, man.
Just like when the brother just read how John, he was sent, where it says in 1 Corinthians, how the apostle was sent forth last. You go to the word apostle, he goes to sent forth. You know? Yeah,
Got one for you, bro. Like this what you brought out earlier. This is the book of Luke, chapter 12, starting at verse 2 in the NET. Nothing is hidden that will not be revealed, and nothing is secret that will not be made known.
That's how these so-called secret societies, they had their power on so-called Illuminati because of their secrecy. It what kept them in power for so long. I think there was Woodrow Wilson, he stated how they were so like, just quiet and shadowed that anybody that spoke against them, they're going to receive some type of judgment, roughly paraphrasing, man, because that was known as the shadow government. It was like untouchable at that time frame. But now through the gift of the Holy Spirit, they're getting pointed out in these latter times. But what happens at the movie? The end. The truth comes out.
Always.
So how much more the movie of Yahweh about Shemal Shah? Everything's coming out to the open. Everything's coming out to the light. Now Esau Edom is being revealed.
Right. Verse 3. So then, whatever you have said in dark will be heard in the light. And what you have whispered in private rooms will be proclaimed from the housetops.
And even your secret councils.
Yep.
Because you have people that was a part of your sect. They broke loose and became whistleblowers to water.
Right.
And there was a part of those secret meetings. They went to those secret parties, man. And Diddy is really just a deflection. Diddy is a deflection from what y'all got going on, man. He low tier, man.
He's like a throwaway weapon.
He's a throwaway weapon, man. He's a pawn. Because on a chessboard, man, if the pawns out first, they get destroyed. The word, go ahead, bro.
I'm gonna say it's the scene on 18. Wasn't the scene 18? They had this like a port, and they already got their plan together. But they had this big explosion to go on somewhere else to draw the enemies over there. And the whole time they had a whole other scheme going on.
That's the sleight of hands.
Yep.
That's how Esau operates throughout this earth, man. And that's what he's doing with like the brothers been bringing out with his technocracy. Right now, he's fooling these American sheeple. Okay, let's give them, let's do the child support law.
Yeah.
Let's set up within America, they only gonna recognize two genders, male and female. So the American people are for it because they tired what Joe Biden and his administration did. So they for this so-called new way of system, you know? So what he's doing behind closed doors, really he's doing out in the open now. He's setting up a technocracy in front of everybody. And that's going to be leading to your own demise as you so-called Americans.
Fascism.
Yeah, fascism.
One of the biggest distractions is the border. That's big time.
Yeah, the mass deportations.
Yeah.
So therefore you can get more jobs be open now.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
If you had a brother could look that word up on red herring.
I got a quick one, so just to back y'all up. Hey, this is Psalm 64:7. But the Most High shall shoot at them with an arrow.
The truth.
Suddenly shall they be wounded. Verse 8. So they shall make their own tongue to fall on themselves.
Yeah, your insiders, man,
That's right.
who were once inside your division or sect, then they became whistleblowers, man. You
They're
know?
spilling the beans.
Mm-hmm.
And who would have thought that so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans would have the inside scoop on their real oppressors?
Right.
Because they started with Rabbi Abba Bivens, man.
That's right.
Elder Yaikwab, King Mashah, High Priest Ariyah. They came out here with this in the 70s, man. You know? So that was never a part of the blueprint for the NWO that Jake would wake up and curse them out from the plantation, man.
All that see them shall flee away.
This is Psalm 64, starting at verse 1. Hear my voice, O power. In my prayer, preserve my life from the fear of evil, from the fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked.
And that secret counsel is leading into the New World Order, man. All that shit all rolls into the New World Order.
Crazy thing about it, they're not even being so secret nowadays. Like Esau properly boasting blatantly out there to the forefront what they're going to do.
But what they gonna do? These people are so down, they're not gonna do nothing.
Yeah,
Out
they
there in
so
California, them niggas should be going crazy out there.
They program, man. They locked in.
And that shit's still burning out there.
So it's going to be interesting how the Lord is going to send a certain spirit upon these American sheeple for them actually, come out of this gross darkness.
That's right.
And start, fulfilling the prophecy about sedition among men.
That means they got to get starved out. So they're going to have to get starved out, bro.
Burning the houses they do.
Yeah, it's going to have to, the store shells got to get empty.
Yeah.
And I can say this, according to the news, they're gonna take it to another phase. So on the news, they were saying that they're gonna get a lot of rain. So with all the rain is coming, all the fires and stuff done burnt, all the structure of the grass and stuff, the whole stability of the ground, so it's gonna be a lot of
Yeah,
mudslides.
it's going to be creating a mudslide.
Yeah.
Shit.
That's right.
It's living down in LA.
When it rain and pour.
So for this nigga to create $500 billion for an operation, Stargate, going to the artificial intelligence, but at the same time, you giving these Californians that had their houses on fire $770.
$700.
Like
Wow,
that's a slap in front of you American faces, man.
And I love, go ahead, bro.
And Trump said he wasn't gonna do nothing about it because your boy should have had that irrigation as far as keeping the wilderness wet, man, keeping them moist. They do that in Australia, man.
You saw Newsom, man. Hey, Gavin Newsom.
Yeah, we come in with a LA 2.0.
Yeah, he's
Draconian, man. It's Draconian.
LA 2.0.
From the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who wet their tongues like a sword, and who bend their bow to shoot their arrows.
Policies.
Draconian
Yeah,
measures.
them draconian measures, man. Your policies, man. Look what they doing with the Issachar, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about Issachar was here first, California, Arizona, Texas, and you're deporting them. Right? You the one that came in and drove them out and made them leave and attempted to kill off all their food supply.
While you American sheep was, clapping your hands like a seal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Ultimately, that's going to lead to your demise. With these concentration camps, things he's setting forth. Like this whole agenda that he's doing right now, he's signing these draconian executive orders, is ultimately going to lead to you slaves in America be soon enslaved.
And it's 100 of them. This nigga got 100 shots,
Yeah,
man.
first week.
I don't know if y'all seen that movie Idiocracy. I forgot somebody put me on it, but I saw the movie, and it basically was a satire of really America. And in Idiocracy, he fast forward to the future, and it was a society ran by idiots. But because the poor and the ignorant kept reproducing with each other, and the smart people died out, everybody was dumped down, including the president. And it was just a degenerate ran society. But in the movie, the store Costco was big as hell. So it's basically saying the corporations ran everything. So in the movie Idiocracy, Costco was big as hell inside of the movie, showing you like going back to the technocracy. Really, in the NWO, corporations are going to be like the new plantations, man. So, well, that's the blueprint. So, like all these big faces all these big names that we know that create AI, they create this big pill. All right, these are basically the new plantation owners, because now it's going to be a technocracy, man.
Inside your smart city.
Big pill. Yeah, so right.
Who wet their tongues like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows.
Because it really, man, your legislation, your policy is really destroying the American people, man. You know, your policies is oppressing the American people. That is actually what's that going into. I'm smart.
And they really, they aiming for Jake, but really, it's affecting these other nations as well.
But yeah, like that part in California, it's called Altadena. Man, Jay can't afford to go back there, man. It's over for Jay. But you tipped off the fucking celebrities, and you know what I'm saying, had them get their possessions up out of there. Why? Because of Maui. Because remember, in Maui, those houses stayed erected. But when it came to California, to make it more believable, let's target them too.
I think it was like Altadena and Pasadena.
Yeah.
That's why predominantly Jake, So the Pacific Palisades are where these so-called, rich elites, where they stayed at.
Yeah.
Like you stated, they had the tip. Like I guess wherever the time frame they gave them, they was out of there, man.
And even in the midst of all that, they had ICE running up and grabbing the people, man. In the midst of all the chaos.
Questionable view.
Yeah. And it was Trump. Put the word up. Come. You got the definition for Harry in the etymology online.
Red herring.
Rick's like red herring. Something used to divert attention from the basic issue. Earlier, it simply meant a false lead.
So this is it goes right into sleight of hands, right? Where they direct your attention to this to get your attention off their true agenda.
Right.
Like in the Suspense movie, right? The director will purposely have you thinking that the killer might be this character when the whole time it was that character.
Right.
So it's like the thought clicking, the plot thickens, so to speak. So we get a lot of red herrings from the elites because they have you thinking like Diddy is the problem, but really he's making a move over here to get your attention over,
Can I give it to you in Google also?
Come, bro.
This is red herring in Google. A clue or piece of information that is or is intended to be misleading or distracting.
Yep, it is intended to be misleading or distracting, man. Branded services. That's why you had the book 1984. One day the problem was Russia, next day the problem was Ukraine. One day the war is ending, next day the war is beginning. But it was set up to confuse the masses, man. And it's up to put confusion in your phone, man. Social media, it is set up to distract you, man.
So now you see all these, these things going on within America. You're not hearing anything about these sleeper cells anymore, or the pandemic.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
New Orleans.
Or New Orleans. So what he's actually doing behind closed doors, for everybody's eyes to be, pinpointed right here. But meanwhile, like you said, the state of hands, he's doing something right here, or multiple things right here.
Having a crafty council somewhere.
Because even some of these niggas that we look at on these YouTube platforms, they could be plugged in.
Yeah.
Even some of these, they act like regular niggas, but we all looking at Charles White. We all looking at Kevin Samuels, like 19. Like, you just never know, man.
And you can't have that type of platform and not be plugged.
Yeah, right. Black culture ain't shit.
And that's why he says like he should think that he is the Most High, or what the Most High has, or what can he does, or he do. He controls both on the right hand side and the left hand side. Esau has a thing called what? Control opposition. You know, he controls both spectrums, and you think this is a good guy, and really, ultimately, they're doing the both biddings of the elites at the same time.
Like two rap niggas beefing under the same record label. But what does that do? It brings in more sales.
That's right.
You
To the
know?
record label.
Yup, to the record label, man. The T.I. flip, all that weird ass shit, man.
It's like good cop, bad cop.
Yeah.
You know, they're still working for doing the interests of the elites at the end of the day.
Even better word, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect.
Cause, hey, you know what? Because ultimately, man, these policies gonna lead you to your death or a concentration camp, and that's bitter.
Oh, man. Hey, the buyer actually put me on to this, the buyer. Hey, check out this show. It's on YouTube. It's a video called Beyond the Great Reset. It's like a 3D automated type of video. It just goes into like the times that's coming forward to America, you know? Like, you know, it shows you like when all hell broke down in this American system, what they had set up, concentration camps.
They use the plague to get you there.
Yeah, they used the plague to get you there, you know?
They brought the transportation for you.
And you never left.
Yep. You had drones set up, you know, they brought you your packages.
You had a universal basic income.
You know?
They give you an option to move up if you want to take an experimental whatever.
Yeah.
If you make it, you make it. If you don't, you don't.
Right.
You know?
And it showed you how you did the same things every single day. You had a camera inside your one-bedroom apartment and everything. Yeah, that is a very sobering, actually short, but guess what? This is the time frame we're going into.
And you
This
watch,
is reality.
you read the book or watch the movie 1984 with George Orwell. The TVs, they watch you through the TV. Like you had a TV in your room, but they gave you the commandments from the TV. But this book was written 1943. People didn't even have TVs in their house in 1943.
Fancy saw years.
So on that show, I just recommended Beyond the Great Reset. So he had like a version of Netflix. So he was inside his apartment. So you're trying to watch Godfather. They took it off the air due to, I guess,
Censorship.
censorship about Italians. He also tried to watch 1984. They said it never existed.
So did it.
Hey, and what's another one? Like, because they got cursed out from the TV, and you had some type of thought police. I think the hospital be here. Yeah, the thought police. If you had a thought against the government, and the police came to your house, and if your child belongs to the government, right? So if you was talking bad about the government, your child was already indoctrinated with the school system. The child will tell on you, man. Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
but they started that when we was in school with the child abuse.
Yeah.
If your parents is doing such and such, you report your parents. You know, or you, bro.
And suddenly do they shoot at him, and fear not. They encourage themselves in an evil manner.
Right. And that evil matter is what? The attainment of the New World Order, man. That's that evil matter.
They commune of lying snares privately. They say
Your secret meetings, okay, your secret setups. Because at the end of the day, the goal is the attainment of the New World Order.
They say, who shall see them?
Right, who shall see us? But you know what? They counted out the prophets and the whistleblowers, man.
Let's go. Going back to what Elder Squad was talking about, that was their biggest game changer, man, with their secrecy.
Yeah.
You know, nobody know what the hell going on. You just know different laws and different orders or whatever were brought to the forefront, but you just thinking it was just a state thing or your city thing. But when it was the elites, you know what I'm saying, having their little crafty council and secrecy.
And you look up like New World Order quotes, I'm talking about these people go back for ages, talking about these group, secluded men that want, run the world. And I'm talking about all type of quotes going into these so-called elites, man.
Hey, but it goes back to the Tower of Babel. You know, there was always people that had an enterprise amongst them, a conspiracy amongst themselves. The join as one, and really go against the Most High.
Yeah.
So
Be
now-
immortal.
so
I'm
now
sorry.
it's like a digital You know, Tower of Babel
Yeah.
now, that's forming. You know?
Because there was always a group of people that had the dark science.
And that transhumanism is their so-called form or attempt to receive everlasting life.
Yep.
Because ultimately they want that birthright.
That's what we go back to.
All of this goes back to that birthright, man.
Yeah, because what's that book Apostle Bavarius bring out? The Illuminated Plan.
Master Plan, Illuminated Rock Side.
Yeah. In that book, it goes into how they want that birthright. You know? So they know exactly who we are.
Yeah, it's an interview.
Yeah, okay, it's an interview. Yeah, so it's a vast majority of our people don't know who they are.
That's why we have sin culture. Why is being a YN so important now? Why? Yeah, why is it so appealing? Why is being a horror, Israelite horror, so popular? Why is out for one another so popular? Why is the best music has the worst content and the best beat?
Jude 5 and 20. Because Esau is a carnal man that has a spiritual game plan to stop the spiritual people, man. Sin is our kryptonite.
And speaking of spirit, why is there so much processed food laden with chemicals in the hood? This man wants to keep you culturally disconnected from the Most High through sin culture and spiritually disconnected because everything he pushed is on a low vibration. So why is there nothing pertaining to a high vibration when it comes to the Israelites?
And then the power of the Most High is so strong and beautiful. Most of us had fucked up guys, and he was still able to resurrect us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? From the congregation of the dead, right?
That's right.
That's divine intervention.
Now that's divine intervention.
And it's a war of frequencies and vibrations too.
That's right.
You know?
In Psalm 64, verse 5, they encourage themselves in an evil manner. They commune of lying snares privately.
That's what they do. That's all they do. They commune of lying snares secretly, man. Hey, vote for this person, vote for that person. But both parties leading you directly to the New World Order, man. Go to church. But that further separates you from Yahweh Shem Al-Shah. Go to your school system. But that don't even tell you your true identity, man. All of these are snares, man.
It's pits.
It's fucking pits.
And then I don't know about you brothers, but when I was in school, I felt like I was in prison.
Right.
If I went in class with a brother I knew, I felt like I was in prison, man.
I used to go to that daydream and
Yeah.
church, man.
Me too,
I used
man.
to think I was fucking evil because I couldn't get it.
Nah, man.
Well, I skipped some.
Hey, because we was in prison. Even now, if you got an Israelite son, he in prison.
Yeah.
You got a little by the time he in 3rd grade, man, he really started getting mentally oppressed because they basically broke it down, man. By the time an Israelite is in 3rd grade, he's basically brilliant up until the point of 3rd grade, man. It just goes against his way of thinking.
It's a form of conditioning.
I've seen a little boy, 5 years old, not even in public school yet, and I'm watching his words move. Like, he reading like that. By the time the Jace get 3rd grade, it's really a form of oppression.
The blueprint is very similar for schools and prisons, man. You know, they got the doors, you know what I'm saying? You got the bell,
Single file line.
single file line, you know, you got your little lunch tray, same tray they got in the school, the same
School
tray.
buses.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, your little recess, you know?
Don't finish out, bro.
They say, who shall see them?
Yeah, I got you right. Job 24:1. Why sin times are not hidden from the Almighty? Do they not know? Do they know him, not see his days? So the Lord, he's seeing everything what Esau Edom is really doing. And looking over for Ecclesiasticus, where it says how the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. So they beholding all the things that's going on right now, and what they're doing. They're reporting back into the throne of Yahweh Shai.
And the scripture says there be spirits created for vengeance. Part of those spirits being created for vengeance, the Most High put it on the spirit of those insiders and turned against their own, man. You know?
And then you got the telltales, the prophets.
Because why would you, I'm sorry, bro, why would you, one for one, turn against your organization, and two, write a book about it, knowing it's going to take your life away?
Because that prophecy had to be fulfilled in Psalm 64 chapter.
Yep.
And that's how you know this is all the Roman Empire being born again. This is a reflection of the Roman Empire. Those different Caesars, they was conflicting like that one another.
Yeah.
You know, it's no new thing under the sun.
A lot of kingdoms fall from within. A lot of kingdoms, they might have been the baddest kingdom on the planet, but they'll fall from internal affairs.
That's the body.
There'll be two brothers, one that off the other brother, Over the kingdom, yeah. House divided should not stand.
They search out iniquities, they accomplish a diligent
They have
search.
scientists, going to these neighborhoods, just doing research and things of that nature, and then they get the data back and they give you a paper with the statistics of all the evil matters that they went into, man. The census and all of that shit, man. Like, these people are deep.
Hey, gangsters from the South.
Right.
Those are real gangsters.
There's even dealing with psychology. They have a thing called behavior modification, and basically it just change your whole thought process and things of that nature. But what they do is they'll keep people, dumbed down, or they'll give you all these psychotropic medications, but at the end of the day, it's just to dumb you down and shit.
The Elder Yashimai broke it down, man. They diagnosed your son with ADHD. And then they give him what? Ritalin. And that's the beginning of demonizing and zombifying a Jake. Because when you're a baby, when you're 5 years old, your mama already feeding you McDonald's. And then all this candy, yellow 5, yellow 6, red 40, blue this. And now they come out and say like yellow 5 is cancer causing. You gotta ask yourself, this food that you're feeding your sons and daughters, where in the earth does it grow? So what is it? If it doesn't grow from the earth, what the fuck is it? So you're feeding your child horrible poisons, and then they on this TikTok thing, all right? So hey, look, man. Hey, by the time these are little zombie babies, and then they told you being a man of your household was toxic, and they replaced that man with NBA YoungBoy. So NBA YoungBoy is a lot of you young niggas' fathers, man. But he's a puppet leader. There's not any other leader in the planet is a puppet leader by the elites, man.
Rob Schneider, the actor, he started calling out the government on a lot of these different, things. I think his son had Down syndrome or something, man. Not Down syndrome, ADHD, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And he started calling the government out on all this stuff, man, when it comes to the food and everything. They blackball the shit out of him. He used to be in a lot of movies, man. He ain't in shit no more.
Hey, because if you look up the autism rate from the 1980s to now, that shit skyrocketed about 1,000%. I get our brother will have to look it up, but the autism rate in the 80s versus now, like you said, those.
Yeah, because there used to be 1 out of every 6 boys, male child, would get from those so-called vaccinations when you have to, in order to go to school.
And the way we know it's fucking true, look at the rates with the Amish. Look at the rates for the Amish. And look at their autism rate versus our autism rate, because they don't get accidents. Yeah, we gotta wait. They're gonna take our video down. We got fuck it. But even in Europe, they have their own Amish security, and them babies fat. You don't need these. It's somewhere in Europe, but they got because it originated in Europe, bro. The Dutch, they came to America, was like, nah, we're not changing. That's where the Amish stuff comes from. But they have babies. They have fat, healthy babies. Like, show me an vaccine in the wild, man.
Hey, you getting 4 and 5 in one goddamn time.
Hey, but you know what? That's why the scripture says, it's she that is our enemy. Because Eve never says no to the government. It's just a league between Eve and Esau. When it comes to the vaccines, when it comes to the diet, that bullshit you get off that wick, all right? When it comes to, because a woman is an umbilical cord. When you're in your mother's womb, she's feeding you through the umbilical cord. All right, but then when you leave the womb, she's still the umbilical cord because she's in control of what you consume. You consume with your eyes, your ears, your mouth. She's the umbilical cord. So, but we're the judge. We determine what she feeds the child. But if you take us out the picture, then the new judge is Esau. So now she's feeding your child Esau. She's feeding your child whatever Esau gave her, man. Now look at our people, man. A YN. What the fuck is a YN? A Glorilla. Like, that's the best you could get. A Glorilla?
Sexy red.
A sexy red, little musty, stinking.
STD.
And she brags about it.
Yeah.
I've been ashamed of that shit.
Well, that's the thing. They find her bold because she speaks like that. They like that prideful thing, man. Yep. That's nothing but something that's solely celebrated in America, which is pride.
But hey, the scripture says, and another word for that is shameless. The scripture says a shameless woman should be counted as a dog. But who engineered you to be like that, openly like that? Esau, man. That's why, hey, we're ready for the 2/3 of our people to die, man. Because I want to see my nation back, and it's gonna come back to the 1/3. And we already know, according to prophecy, we can't send you niggers.
Great purge, gotta happen, man.
We're ready for all five, yeah, niggers. We're ready for all 5 purges. I got that hate. I don't even say nigga no more, man. But yeah, the hard art. But no, let me get back in the spirit. But the point is, man, hey man, we ready for it. We tired of this shit. I'm tired of standing on concrete, man. I'm tired of, as soon as the Most High relieve you of one ailment, another fucking element comes, man.
Shit back to back like Drake.
Yeah, back to back. God damn,
Tired
man.
of nigga behavior.
Tired of nigga behavior.
Mindset, you know? Like it's really an ideology after being a nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's well accepted within this society right now.
Hey, you're more respected as a nigga than as a hard-working man. You're more respected as a whore than just an everyday woman.
But it's the same people saying what? Hey, instead of give us your house shot, give us Barabbas.
So give us that street nigga.
Give us that street nigga.
Give us that YN on that cross.
Give us Tupac.
How you gonna say you magnifying and uplifting 304 because you done softened hope by putting it down, but you adopt that shit as it's all good, man. That don't make no sense, man.
But we tired of you, man. But let's get these scriptures.
Go ahead, bro. Would you be used to that? No, night.
Both the inward thoughts of every one of them and the heart is deep.
And a mindset. Because you gotta understand something, like they get their inspiration from Satan, man. So that's how they so deep. That's how technology is so perfected on the left-hand side, because they actually summon left-handed principalities, man.
Because demon means intelligence.
That's right.
And then you got all the knowledge going back to the ancient world.
Mm-hmm.
So you understand the physics and the metaphysics of existence.
How the fuck did a base man like Esau become wiser than Gary?
We taught you niggas how to talk. Hey, because you have to understand, civilization came from that Hebrew so-called black man. So it tells you that they neigh like a horse. You know how a horse neighs?
The Job 30.
Job 30.
Yeah.
You know what what they won't tell you is Jake was engineering languages. You, me, I see this brother, when you look at pictures of the Moors, I see this brother, man. You know? Yeah, we gave, this brother gifted him with some concubines. He was checking out like, maybe, you know what I'm talking about? But, because we're priests, and that's what they don't tell you. We're priests, we're judges, we're prophets. We are the source of civilization, man. Us. But Esau came into power, and he wants to make it like he's the source of civilization.
Greeks.
We taught you every language, man. We taught you Abba, God. We taught you that, man. Prove us wrong. All right?
But Yahweh shall shoot at them with an arrow, suddenly shall they be wounded.
Hey, did that the scripture say this word is sharp and powerful, sharper than any two-edged sword? All right?
So they shall make their tongue to fall upon themselves.
Yep.
All that see them shall flee away,
Yep.
and all men shall fear, and shall declare the works of Yahweh Shah, for they shall wisely consider of his doings.
Yep.
The righteous shall be glad in the Lord, and shall trust in him, and all the upright in heart shall glory.
We're gonna see the benefit of having faith. We see it now. That's something, bro?
Now you ready to think about that Baruch?
Let's get it.
God.
Get it?
Shy City in the building. You know?
Wow.
Yep.
The Baruch, chapter 4.
Yeah, this is Baruch 4:4. It says, "O Israel, happy are we, for things that are pleasing to the Most High, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, are made known unto us."
You know what? This truth. This truth. And it starts with an idea. And guess what? This spiritual idea is gonna actually manifest on us.
Because you know what? None of you motherfuckers, you watch some of your podcasts, right? You 19 keys and all that. A lot of y'all make good points, but it's the problem. You can't forge an empire in another nigga's empire.
Nah.
You can't afford, and a lot of you guys do have brilliant minds. I speak individually. A lot of you guys are like kind of brilliant to me, right? Kind of smart, I put it that way. But you can't forge an empire in another man's empire.
And there's no such thing as so-called rare people.
Nah.
There's no such thing. How do we know? We got examples like Will Smith, Kevin, Jason, all of that. Because according to them, the goal is to make over 100-some thousand, then you have the better options. But wait a minute, you have multi-millionaires still can't even control their fucking household. So the real alpha males are who? The prophets.
And you know what? Now I just say this right quick. Really, we're like alphas in theory. Because our mind is alpha, because this truth put us back in that regal state, but we can't manifest it.
Right.
We still gotta go clock in for this devil.
But I'm gonna say this, that alpha really, that's a mindset.
Yeah.
This is like what you got, what you have, that don't mean shit. Your character defines you.
Your principles,
Your
and morals.
principles, your morals, but it goes back to your mindset, your integrity, man. Not about your fucking possessions.
And that's part of healing too.
Yeah.
It's to know that. You know.
No, I was just gonna say, not to correct you, Quan, but hey man, they take what we teach and they capitalize it, because that's all they do.
Yeah.
They get that all from the prophets.
Yeah.
Everything that the elders, you brothers have said, man, the apostles, they take it, and that we would be rich if we use the house of the Lord for a house of merchandise. Man. But that's wicked. They just they do have a certain mindset. They recognize that this is the truth.
Yeah.
But they still wicked because they don't enter into it, man.
You talk to people that have a podcast?
Yeah, different podcasters. Man.
Yeah. It's everything they say is relics, is elements they got from the truth.
Their twist on it.
With their twist on it.
Nigger twist.
Even when it comes to women and all those, the reason why they got the authority, because they got from the scriptures. But they don't want the idiosyncrasies or the craziness to come and looking like us. So they polish it to keep their element to it, man.
It's almost like they use Revelation 22. They kind of add and taking away from the truth.
Right.
Whatever benefits them, they use it. For anything that'll make them look, like they say we look crazy. Or anything, they kind of stray away from that.
Right.
Like the Fresh and Fit podcast, they brought out like recently Isaiah the 4th chapter. About 7 women should cleave into one man.
And nigga, you a camel nigga. So what you doing quoting the scripture?
And that's nice and all, but what are you teaching people about far as salvation to even get to that point?
Right.
You know, like you said, they polish it. If I can get the scripture
Yeah,
real
you
quick.
got it, bro.
So I can.
You got it, bro.
This is Isaiah chapter 30 and verse 10. It says, "Which say to the seer, see not, and to the prophets prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy."
If I can say something, because what we preach goes against the system.
Yep.
But what they need, basically, they need, for example, so what we teach goes against the system, but they can't get paid off that. You know,
That's right.
If Fresh and Fit went there, so if we came on the podcast of Fresh and Fit, what's gonna happen? They're not gonna get paid. They're gonna get unemployed.
But you gotta take it how about how she gotta shine.
Exactly.
Yeah, you gotta the full truth, man. It's against the
Telling who the so-called white man is, talking about how the black woman's supposed to be under rule and things of that nature. So it's not beneficial to them to do that.
So in order to come in that raw spirit, you gotta be out the matrix.
That's right.
You gotta be off the grid. You gotta be unplugged, man.
Yeah. Hold on, can you finish it out? Finish it?
I didn't drop it. So I put it back.
Back up.
Verse 11. Not to step on no toes.
Yeah, it's a special guest.
You got some shoes on, man.
Hey, from Mobile, bro. You good. You tough.
But this is Isaiah 30 and 11. It says, "Get ye out of the way, turn aside out of the path, cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us." Which they just don't want to hear you. How about you, Shai? That's it, man.
And that's real talk, man. All right, because this truth has zero appeal to it. This truth has 0% appeal to it, man. It's only meant for a certain group of people, man. All right, and the scripture says, "Cast thy bread upon the waters, and thou shalt receive in return many days hence." So the apostles through the Spirit, they cast the bread upon the waters. Now, us coming out as kelps, that's looking at the return of your investment, man.
Right.
You know, but it took a minute. It didn't happen overnight. All right, go ahead.
It's 2 Timothy chapter 4, starting at verse 3. For the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine, but after their own lust shall heap to themselves teachers having itchy ears.
Because even when you find out you're an Israelite, then you become selective as to who you're gonna follow that appeals to you. I can grow my dreadlocks over here, and this I can have a fresh line over here. I can have a wedding and a marriage over here. You know, I can appeal to the woman over here, and I believe, hey, the more poor you are, the more you're into your house shy, the less a woman can't be around this thing, man. That woman energy don't mix with your house shy, man. It is not. It's not because I'm angry, Israelite. It is the a Yahweh Shai said we're soldiers. Soldiers being solitary, you know.
And they shall turn away their ear, and they shall turn away their ears from the truth, and shall be turned unto fables.
They turn to fables. One of those ways, you allow your doctrine to get saturated with lies. Because when you have these organizations, you get the 501c3 tax exempt, but it comes with stipulations. And then when you get those stipulations, that includes you got to take out the name, and you can't talk about Esau like that. You can't. It's certain things you can't bring up. Yeah, homosexuality is certain, like TD Jakes, man. Because even when I was back in the church, man, I even said like those real preachers, they knew that there was gonna be a MOTB. Mm-hmm. They knew that in the last days everybody's gonna be on the alphabet game. What happened to it? They don't talk about it now. You know?
They were swallowed.
Yeah, man.
Whoa.
Yeah, man. So, because this truth is off the grid. If you ain't ready to be off the grid in a pilgrim, literally, some of us gonna have a gun to our head, man. And we gotta pray to Yahweh Shai to constantly be in that spirit to be ready to die for this thing, man. You know, we might giggle and laugh a little bit, but that's why we don't get along with a lot of camps, man. We're not here for that cultural Israelite stuff, man. We're not here for that, Israelite family thing, man.
We'll get along in the kingdom.
We'll get along in the kingdom, man. Because you can't wake up to the matrix and be halfway joined to the matrix. The Most High woke you up from the matrix to condemn the matrix. All right?
This is Ecclesiastes 7:29. Lo, this only have I found, that the Most High have made man upright, but they have sought out many inventions.
And part of that invention is really plugging into the oppressor that you condemn. We don't need no paperwork, man. And it's not to just constantly bring out certain names, but that's part of our sovereignty and that ruling class mindset we have is like, nigga, we don't need you for confirmation.
Hey, well, Yahweh Shai didn't need the Pharisees and the Sadducees for fucking confirmation, man.
Yeah,
We didn't deal with them niggas.
You know, we don't need to go to your colleges and get your degree, all right? And that vexed my spirit when a nigga say he educated. Meaning that a so-called white man gave him his enlightenment. That makes my spirit, man. All right? Nobody should say something?
I want to bring this up because, man, when it comes to the truth, man, at the end of the day, you are the in or you're out, man. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no in between, man. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 10, starting at verse 8. And the voice which I heard from heaven spake unto me again, and said, Go and take the little book which is open in the hand of the angel which setteth upon the sea and upon the earth.
Cool. That's the same, bro.
Verse 9. And I went unto the angel and said unto him, Give me the little book. And he said unto me, Take it and eat it up, and it shall make thy belly bitter, but it shall be in thy mouth sweet as honey.
And in the bitter parts of this truth, man, it sober your mind up, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, like knowing, concentration camp coming, knowing doors gonna get kicked down, knowing that we finna be publicly persecuted, knowing your family gonna be in survival mode and betray your ass.
Use all your comforts.
Use all your comforts, knowing it's gonna be a queen and slim down on your head. You don't think it's gonna be a queen and slim down on your head?
Right.
When I saw that, I'm sorry if you didn't see it, bro, movie spoilers. But if you didn't see that part, it did something to my spirit, man. I'm like, that's gonna be us.
It's already happening now to these illegal immigrants.
Yeah.
You know, the bounty hunting game,
Oh, yeah.
programs. So how much more the Lord's precious jewels in that day, man? You know that's coming, man.
Yep.
I feel it.
Yeah. It's all good too.
Verse 10. And I took the little book out of the angel's hand and ate it up, and it was in my mouth sweet as honey.
That's why you gotta count the cost before you get up in here, man. Because you're that building actually that you're actually trying to build, man. And with that being said, you gotta take the good with the bad. In order to get to the kingdom, man, you gotta go through something. Right? Hey, get second into the same time.
Hey, you heard that nigga Rick Ross song, first you gotta be initiated. Something like that. And the reality of this truth, hey, because when you first hear this truth, I'm an Israelite,
Yeah.
you know.
Hard body.
Yeah, the Messiah is a so-called black man. I knew it. And you actually hear somebody break it down. You might have heard your uncle say it, but the apostles breaking it down. That's the sweetness.
Yeah,
Then you start losing your job, you lose your woman, you have to face your inner demons and things of that nature.
Yeah, or you get straight up, get your ass kicked by demons at night.
Yes, sir.
That's the
Yes,
bitterness.
sir. Or seeing streaks and shit.
Yeah.
What is it? Patience, worketh experience.
That's right.
Yep.
And your favorite, one of your old favorite scriptures, that Romans 5.
Oh yeah, come. And like I said, that it is constant bitterness.
Yeah.
It's constant affliction.
Yeah.
You might have little spurts of a break, but then the most I dip your head back in that deep water again.
But according to her, Hebrews, I forgot the book, but it's the sufferings what it actually purifies us.
It does.
So every time we go through something, the Most High is actually purifying us.
It's a refining process.
It's an ongoing refining
It's
process.
an ongoing refining process.
And we're being chastened.
Yeah.
Whom Yahweh loved and he chastened and scourged every son whom he received.
And that further makes you disconnect from the world too.
Because when you get a little bastard son, right, from the streets, let's say you get custody of your son, right? When you get that little nigga, he's wild. He's a little king. That king was called finesse 2-time little custodial son. King. Just imagine you get a 12-year-old from Memphis, or Jackson, Mississippi, right? This little nigga uncivilized, man. Yeah, in real life. But if this your adopted son, you gotta chastise him. So now we gotta get purged from that grimy state that we're in.
A lot of they can't handle it. That's why they turn back to Cypher, man. That nigga on the Mexican, he want to go back. I don't want to remember nothing. He just want to go back into the world, man.
Because look, most women ain't gonna vibe with you.
Nope.
Because now you give off a different scent. And in the world, you gave off a nigga scent. So the world fuck with you.
Right.
You know? But then you came with that Yahweh Shai scent.
You're familiar.
It's unfamiliar. Like, I don't know this frequency. I don't know this energy. All right, go ahead.
It's Proverbs 25:4. Take away the dross from the silver, and that dross goes to those unnecessary parts.
And the only way you can go through that is basically you have to be chastened. You have to have that purification
You
process.
gotta go through that furnace of affliction.
That fiery trial.
Hey, then you gotta kill your avatar.
Yeah.
You gotta kill your surrogate. You gotta kill your Tyrone.
Yeah.
We all had an alias that we went by in Babylon. We had that huh?
No, I'm saying that demon.
Yeah, we had that fresh cut alias, that clean cut. We all got a way about ourselves that we shaved out, greasing out our beard, tattooed, tattooed our body up.
Adultery like a mother.
Adultery. If you stop asking women if they had a man, because not the pussy ain't on the table, you just ask the women, do they have a man? Just they get Howard Shot frequency.
They turned off already.
They turned off. I'm like, why he asked me that?
Yeah.
I had a hotel. Let me stop. Just talking. But the point is, as soon as you move in this world with the Yahweh Shai frequency, the world is like,
Yeah.
you know?
Yep. So it says, take away the dross from the silver.
That fiery trial will do that. Go ahead.
Yep. The dross, those awarded, metal particles. And it really is like solid impurity what the Lord is doing, through this refining process. He's seeing things that he doesn't want within us, so we gotta go through that refining process. And what that's doing, that's conforming our image more to the image of the Yahweh Shai.
It's the image of the world.
That's right.
Something I heard Elder Tazadaki say a while ago. It was like, if you never got rebuked, the Most High not with you. If you never got corrected, the Most High not with you. So, being in a hot seat with men of Yahweh, that's rebuke, but that's love. Or even just catching hell. If you ain't catching hell, the Most High not with you. And you gotta think about this shit. Why would I want to be elevated in this nigga's kingdom? I don't like you. I don't like us saying fuck the world. That's like spitting on the king's food. Like fuck your food, fuck your dainties, fuck these whores you're offering me. know?
Hey, you feel like on the mafia movies, you know, they gotta go through those proving grounds in order to be what, a main man. So how much of the Lord's gonna do that to his precious jewels on this side, you know? So take away the dross from the silver, and there should come forth a vessel for the finer.
Right. And that vessel is to look like the image of Yahushua.
Remember the analogy?
What's the matter?
The analogy of, mess it up, brother. But it's the analogy, the Most High is molding an image with some silver, right? And the analogy was the Most High not gonna stop until he can see his reflection in the image. The Most High can see himself within you. That's when you're gonna stop and get refined. What did it say in the book of John, the 3rd chapter, 1 John 3? That we are like the Most High, you know? We should be like him. Hey, I'm sorry, bro.
No, go ahead.
Hey, remember Lion King? Remember the prophet Rafiki?
Oh, yeah.
He took someone to that water. When he said he looked into the water, see the image. He's like, I don't see anything. Well, what do you do? He put his finger in there, and that image came like his father, Mufasa.
Yeah.
So he saw his father as himself. You know?
Yeah. In Psalm 17:15, as for me, I will behold your face in righteousness. I shall be satisfied when I awake with your likeness. Because when you think about it, Yahushua is expressed image of Yahweh. So really the ultimate image is to what? To be the higher one.
So, no, go ahead, bro.
This is John chapter 15, starting at verse 18. If the world hate you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you.
And that's really a token. That's really a token, man. If the world don't vibe with you, you done got up on Facebook, ain't got but 3 friends outside the brotherhood. If it's just something about your stitch, the world don't, man, that's a talk. That's good, man.
Cats call you weird,
Yeah.
talk about how you eat,
Yeah.
how you move,
And
you don't like to party all the time.
Yeah, man.
So did their fathers to the prophets.
That's right, boy.
You know, hey, like the brother said, oh man, they always talk about Yahushua. They just like that dude Yahushua. Yahushua likes them Hamashiach, them Christians, you know. And you can see, because they sick and tired of it, man. We became a smoking these people's noses back then, just like we are today, man.
Nobody want to hear the deep dude at the party. Nobody, huh? Nobody want to hear Sharik at that fucking house party.
Put on all say, man, come on, Sharik.
Yeah.
Go with that shit.
That's
Born
2/3.
Yeah, you embarrassing us. You chase some pussy, man.
Hey, as a matter of fact, this card, you know who I'm talking about, that dude. You know, he ain't important, but the first thing he said when I had showed him the truth, you know, because he used to come over all the time, and he was like, well, yeah, just don't tell the bitches. That was the first thing that was on his mind, you know? Because, of course, he was into the idols or whatever, as black as his ass was. He was Issachar, but he was into them damn idols.
And what was Sharik doing at that party? He was talking to them bitches.
Yeah.
He was talking to them-
Sitting on the cool.
Sitting on the cool.
Oh, you know, I'm trying to convert the sisters.
Verse 19. If ye were of the world will love his own, but because ye are not of
And
the
there's
world,
nothing wrong with using the word, you just don't abuse it. You become an addict when you start abusing the world, man.
You
So
might
you
got
don't
to-
want that.
And the world is addictive, man.
Very much.
The world, one brother's weakness might be another, might not be the other brother's weakness. But it's elements in that world that'll draw you in that matrix, man.
Women
Yeah.
traveling, getting money,
Yeah, man.
partying.
Even people you love, like
Yeah.
certain cousins, certain
Yeah.
partners, man, it's just, they want you to move this direction because they in love with the old you. But you're not the old you no more.
You'll hear about certain brothers move to bigger cities, and lifestyle, you know, suck them in.
Suck them up.
You know?
Yeah, actually, yeah, it's a brother that's, well, he ain't acting like a brother right now. I mean, brothers that had certain dreams of this guy independent. But yeah, he does certain actions like that. And of course, you know, brothers might make mention of him because of, out of love. But I mean, hey, the Lord has whatever man's route. But this is 1 Peter 4:4. It says, wherein they think it strange that ye run not with them to the same excess of riot.
Because we're not in the same spirit no more. We're different. Spirit of the world, spirit of the Yahushua. You have the spirit of the world, you have the spirit of the Yahushua.
And there has to be a contrast. It has to be It has to be a direct. It can't be a, I don't know. It has to be a contrast, man. No gray areas, man. And now that, go ahead, bro.
I'm just saying, if you have the spirit of the world, you know, then you're gonna be in tune with the world, man. So your first priority is gonna be something of the world. But the Lord said, if you love the world, the love of the Father's not in you, man. So if you're in this truth, man, your priority is gonna be the will you have by some outside. The world is gonna be on the back burner. You know, you catch it as you go through. But your first duty is doing the work, man.
And now that we're grown men in our 30s, especially if you're in your 30s, man, you've seen the black culture cycle play over and over again. You've seen the same shit, same storyline as a different nigga acting in the movie, man.
Yeah.
Same storyline as a different chick twerking, man. The same, nigga gonna die, nigga gonna go to jail. You know what I'm saying? Somebody pregnant, fuck. It's the same shit, man. It never changes, man. Yeah, you about 30, you just see, it's like, come on, man.
The Lord that gave brothers, you know what I'm saying? Or like you say, brothers in their 30s, you done had recess. You done played around.
Yeah.
Fun time has come and gone, man. Now we're in serious time.
I'm like woman, man. I'm about done, man.
It's real life experience.
Yeah, this shit is overrated.
Shit sucks.
No, you can't even eat food that make you vital. Like, I can't even, like, no food really. If I have to be honest with you, I barely get energy off anything I eat. Even when I eat so-called healthy foods, like, technically I don't really get a lot of energy from it.
You get your most energy when you fast and don't eat.
You get your most energy when you fast and don't eat.
You know why? Because you in your house shot.
That's right.
Water,
Yeah.
bread.
When you have a cutoff time when you eat, and you wake up the next day, then you feel the best. You know? You know, like, come on, man. It might even get all personal. Sometimes you might get like a woman's number. You was like, bro, I don't feel like entertaining this shit.
Well,
Like, she might have did like you. It's like, I ain't gonna call her, man. It's like, I'm jaded, man. Like,
It's gonna lead to the same
it's the
thing.
same
yeah,
bullshit.
let me give y'all some game. When you deal with these women in the world, no matter how cool it starts out, it always ends with a ring and celebrating Christmas.
Yep.
I done been through it.
That's real, man.
I'm telling you, man.
Why don't you just trim your beard a little bit?
Right.
Fix it up a little. Go ahead.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 7, verse 7. The entrance thereof is narrow, and is set in a dangerous place to fall.
So getting to the kingdom is a straight gate, which is a position of difficulty, man. Right? Go ahead.
Like as if there was a fire on the right
So
hand,
what happens if a person falls on the right hand into that fire, he can be consumed. Go ahead.
and on the left, deep water.
Right, so if that person falls on the left, he could be
consumed.
could be consumed. He could be carried away by a strong current. Go ahead.
What only half between them, even between the fire and the water,
Right, so you have the 144,000, the rest of your elect going in one at a time. But you have to make every little step you make has to be extremely careful, man.
It shows that the truth brings forth balance.
That's right.
That
That's
way you
Philippians 2 and
get to
20. No, you make your point, bro. You make
Oh,
your
that was
point.
it. That was just the truth is balance, man.
That's it.
To be maneuver through this word.
That's it. Philippians 2 and 12. Keep it reading.
so
Hey, you
smart.
know what though? And that shows you that although this is a team game, it still requires an individual effort. Cause you gotta go in one at a time. You know, we all team in house shot, but we still gotta play offense, we still gotta play defense, we gotta dive for the ball and all that, man.
Why it says like work out your own salvation.
That's right. We gotta show up in practice. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was thinking about it too. Since you mentioned that, I'm noticing the Heavenly Father putting us in these particular tests now. But you gotta apply a lot of what you've been saying on these videos,
That's what it's
man.
all about, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Which you know, brothers know to do that, but you know, like now even more so.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's back in you.
And that's what it's all about, applying your house shot in real time. Because it's easy to say what you're supposed to do behind the camera. But when you by yourself, when you at work, or when you in your household, are you actually living what you say?
That's that 70%.
That's right, bro.
That's that 70%.
That's right. And that's why your house shot said about the wicked Pharisees, look, what they say, goddamn it, do. But what they do, don't do. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, bro.
This is was on with?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. This is Philippians, the second chapter, verse 12. Wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling.
Right, work out. Those are two, your accomplishments, your achievements in the Greek. Meaning basically, yo, you have to walk that path by yourself. Now, Elder Z and Shaquat can slow down for me, and actually help me get up, but at the same time frame, they can't carry me, man.
And I'm honest, man. This is a challenge.
Yes, sir.
This is a spiritual challenge because one day you'll be on point in the spirit.
Yeah.
The next day, man, you're not there, man.
That's right.
Because Satan put all type of demons in your head, and it's a fight.
You gotta fight.
And it's a day-to-day battle. How because you won a battle yesterday doesn't mean you're gonna win a battle
You
tomorrow.
gotta
Man.
start all over.
You gotta start over.
Like you been saying through the spirit, each day is day one.
Every day is day one, man.
Yeah.
So fuck how long you've been in the truth. That's not even important. The importance is, are you in the truth now? And I don't want to be a deteriorating person in this truth. I want to be like an exhilarating person. I want to be a growing person. Because you always get into like after that storm is over, the biggest trees be limped over. You know, the big ass trees be
They uprooted.
man.
There's a flimsy tree,
Yeah.
smaller tree, that's still rooted.
The brother did his whole signs. So, nah, man, hey, we gotta pray to Yahweh outside that he keeps the spirit in us, man.
I'm glad you said that. So really, work out your salvation is when you gotta fight. You gotta fight.
It's
in
a
the
fight.
crown.
You gotta fight to be in the spirit.
That's it, bro.
You gotta fight to do videos.
That's right.
And sometimes you're not in that spirit to do a video. You gotta get yourself in that
You
spirit.
have to engage the spirit. Cutting on videos, watching videos, praying, fasting. Because we all get dry, you know. But yeah, I promise you, every time I done pleaded with y'all about Shema Shah for a topic, I always get a topic within an hour or two. Sometimes before then. But I'm gonna have one best believe that day.
And them chariots be around too. Like, let's say you're doing an in-transit video or you outside doing the video, like chariots, the angels be like watching, man.
Yeah.
It's bigger than what we think it is, man.
It's bigger than Nino Brown.
Yeah.
This is Exodus chapter 30, you can get 14 and 15. Everyone that passes among them that are numbered from 20 years old and above shall give an offering unto the Lord. The rich shall not give more, and the poor shall not give less than half a shekel when they give an offering unto the Lord to make an atonement for your souls. Now that was just gonna get into, like, you can't, they were going to, you can't give, I can't give you nothing. You can't give me nothing. We gotta give it ourselves to the Lord. You know, as you were saying, we got that description, 2nd Ezra chapter 7, one by one. We have to do this on us we have to do it for our own salvation, you know?
That's right. Beautiful, bro.
Bring out your own offering.
That's right.
This is Galatians chapter 5, verse 17. For the flesh lusts against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh. And these are contrary that the one to the other, so that you cannot do the things that you would.
That's right. Hey, at the end of the day, we all want to be perfect. But at the same time frame, we're imperfect because we're in the flesh. So you have this battle, the spirit versus the flesh. Okay, that's the battle. And Yahweh Shah was the only individual to conquer sin and wicked flesh. Go ahead, bro.
But if you be led of the spirit, ye are not under the law.
And so that's walking in the spirit. And so that's why we have what? This grace period. But this grace period is what? To believe in Yahweh Shah and practice the laws, statutes, and commandments to the best of our ability. Now, when you go into that term, walk in the Greek, it goes into how we regulate our lifestyles as Hebrews. All right, meaning what? We follow the Lamb to the best of our ability.
By the faith.
Yeah, that's it.
One thing about grace period, it's limited. Think about it. That favor being shown, it's limited. You see how the majority of our people acting right now within that grace period, and the Lord's gonna look at them as in disfavor, disapproval.
And that's your house on the spiritual realm functioning as that high priest. I've been through that. He's like, don't offer me. He's continuing to mediate for us, man.
So take that grace period serious.
Yes, sir. Because keeping the law is not gonna get you there. You can't do it. And it's beyond 613 commandments. The whole book is the law. You got something?
Yeah, come on, real quick. This
You
is
do?
I said something else. He good.
Okay.
My bad.
Colossians chapter
You a
2.
guest, we should hear him all the time.
Right. Colossians chapter 2, in verse 6 down to 7. As ye have therefore received from Mashiach Yahushua the Lord, So walk ye in him, verse 7, rooted and built up in him, and established in the faith.
Right, because the Lord, hey, like the brothers were saying, no man can save you. But hey, we've entered into other men's labors. The Lord gave us the blueprint via our elders and the apostles, so we know how we ought to walk and what is the image of Yahweh Shai, man. And we're giving the same image to the world, but they're denying it. You know, but this is how the Lord wants things, man. This is what his kingdom is going to look like. We're rehearsing that. We're trying to be a reflection of that on this side, hoping that the Lord will redeem us.
That's beautiful, because when you say it, I'm thinking about how this truth is a war path. Start with Yahweh Shai, trickling down to the apostles and their forefathers, and you right now us. So we got what we need in order to make it, Lord willing.
And it says, rooted and built up in him, and established in the faith. Like Elder Z said, like, are we in the truth now? We can't look back at what we have done. What are we doing now? It says, established in the faith as ye have been taught. That we have teachers, abounding therein with thanksgiving.
Abounding requires what? Consistency. Spiritual stamina. Fighting.
It's a fight, man. This second Ezra was 137. I take to witness the grace for the people to come, whose little ones rejoice in gladness, and though they have not seen me with bodily eyes.
So that's us, man, Lord will, man. And we see Yahweh Shai in the spirit. Okay? We see him like with 20/20 vision, bro.
Feel the prophecies.
Feel the prophecies.
We see all these things transpiring around the world. We are spiritually seeing Yahweh Shai.
That's it.
Even amongst brothers, when 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, I'm in the midst of them.
That's right. Beautiful.
And though they have not seen me with bodily eyes, yet in spirit they believe the thing that I say.
That takes faith, man.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? It takes faith, man. It ain't Yahweh Shai is not gonna come down here and talk to people, man. That's why he called forth his prophets, man. But you got men who put on this, make you think that they really think that the Lord's supposed to come down here and talk to them straight up so they can believe, man. You know what I'm saying? That's where that faith comes in, man. The Lord, like brother was saying, the Lord is working miracles, man. We're seeing prophecies come to pass. So therefore, if you don't see these things happening and your faith isn't boosted, man, then the Lord is just not dealing with you.
Hey, well, in that vision that Yahweh Shai spoke about with Abraham and the rich man, Abraham basically said, he said, what for? He said, why would I see you back from the dead? They got the prophets. All right? If they wouldn't hear the prophets, they're not going to hear it when they're returning from the dead, man.
Right. Because the prophets are alive.
Right.
It don't matter, even if Esau listen, he's still going to slavery, man. Ain't nothing they can do.
The action is done. You did what you did. Esau.
Yeah.
You got it, bro.
And this is Matthew 12:38. Then certain of the scribes and of the Pharisees answered, saying, Master, we would see a sign from you. But he answered and said unto them, an evil and adulterous generation seeks after a sign, and there shall no sign be given to it, but the sign of the prophet Jonas.
That's a prophet. That's what Jonas came instead of a prophet. So this is the sign.
That's it.
If this don't make you come and listen, then I don't know what will. We were a lot of y'all schoolmates, classmates, neighborhood people. Like, you don't think the people in your city know who you are? Especially you're in the highways and the byways, everybody know who you are. So if you didn't tap into it by now, just not, you most likely 2/3.
Hey, Zaquan, it's like you were saying earlier about how we them guys out there in front of the furniture stores flipping the sign.
Oh, yeah.
If somebody you know passed by, they gonna know that they're doing such and such with the sign. So like you saying, they see the prophets, you know what I'm saying? Right. Somebody knows you, man. You know what I'm saying? And you're like that beacon saying, come check this out.
That's right.
But,
if you don't stop and inquire, that's on you.
It's on you.
And we've seen men watch the sign, a woman that grabbed them like she's his mother. We see men ask us all the time, y'all gonna be out here next week? You gonna be out here next week, Lord willing. You gonna be out here next week.
Yeah. Hey, that boy was a bocce. Cooked right in front of us.
Yep, right.
Back since.
Lord, I went over your head. No, don't give me that. In Matthew 13:53. And it came to pass that when Yahweh Shai had finished these parables, he departed there. And when he was come into his own country, he taught them in their synagogue, insomuch that they were astonished, and said, whence has this man this wisdom and these mighty works? Is not this the carpenter's son? Is not his mother called Mary? And his brethren James and Joseph and Simon and Judas? And his sisters.
And you know, and that's why we don't get that respect, man. You know, because we locals, so to speak.
Right.
You know? But that's how the Heavenly Father does, man. You know? I mean, because none of us pictured ourselves doing this, you know? But that's how you know it's divine intervention, man. You know, we had our different, you know, worldly ambitions and aspirations, but the Lord, he brought us here. And like the elder had said, that's how you know that this is that sign, man. Because you literally have camps all over the world, man. You know? You got it.
And his sisters, are they not all with us? Whence then has this man all these things? And they were offended in him, but Yahushua said unto them, a prophet is not without honor, save in his own country and in his own house.
And that's like to say,
Go ahead, bro.
and that shows how the prophets are separated from these church house preachers, man. Because they get all the reverence, all the uplifting, and the utmost respect, man. And they local motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? But they not doing the Willie Hambashim Yahshua. They not truly doing the work, man.
But you
they
read it
hit
earlier.
wonders, huh?
Yeah, you read it earlier, though. You know, because we're not of the world.
God.
You know? They're a thing of the world.
That's right.
Verse 58, and he did not many mighty works there because of their unbelief.
I got one. This is Matthew 5:11. Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for
That
my
means
sake.
our probability of being saved is extremely high.
Yeah.
All the lots are. So it's a good thing when your father and your mom don't believe in you. It's a good thing when these cats passing by these camps. Hey, that makes our chances much better. So, hey, I commend Sakari and URC. Like, yeah, keep up the good work. 'Cause that makes our chances look better.
It's spiritual, man. Everybody ain't the same group. It's
That's
spiritual.
right. That's right.
Somebody got to die.
Somebody
That's
got
it.
it.
That's it, you know.
Yeah, was that one? It was a World Star Hip Hop video. One of them brothers in San Francisco years back, like the
Oh, yeah.
worst group in America.
Yeah.
Something like that.
When you call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
If the world hates you, you on point. Because this world loves alphabet communities. It loves serial killers, street killers. It loves whores. All right? It loves everything anti-Yahweh. So if that same world is against us, we're good.
That's Proverbs 17:15.
Yeah,
Know who
yeah.
justifies the
Wicked.
wicked.
You condemn the just.
Yeah.
Proverbs 17.
And that's how you know eventually, like the elder was getting into earlier, we're gonna be off the grid, man. You know, that's why the Heavenly Father be putting a spirit in certain people's minds. You know, we think about the different TV series that came out, such as, you know, The Walking Dead. You know, when it was new, everybody was like into it. That another show came out not too long ago. I think it's called Them, something like that. But it's a spirit, you know, like when you watch, you know, particular series like that, you see all these people in society has changed. You know, society's basically gone, man. And we coming to that time, you know.
I got you right here, support. You had one, bro?
Go ahead.
This is Proverbs chapter 17, verse 15. He that justifieth the wicked, and he that condemneth the just, even they both are an abomination to the Most High Yahweh.
Yes, the Lord. Hey, he doesn't like what's going on down on this earth, man. All right. It says what, that men of understanding that are not sent by. You know, the reason why these guys, these podcasters, they capitalize on things like that. But because technically, we supposed to be living pretty well, man.
Yeah.
You know, even when you go into the law, it doesn't give you a way to live over your means, nor to live under. It gives you basically what you need, man. Which we are deprived of in this society where you can't even afford to live it, to have a home or certain luxuries. Not even just luxuries, but things that basic necessities.
You can't afford a family. You can't afford a family with $16 an hour, $15 an hour, $20 an hour.
Because you can't build in this society.
You can't build, man.
Hey, 1 Corinthians 9:8. Say I these things as a man, or said not the law the same also? For it is written in the law of Moses, you shall not muzzle the mouth of the ox that tread out the corn.
Yeah, because the prophet's really supposed to be taken care of, man. You know, but you know, the wadi how about Shemel Shai? Because you know, the scriptures say how the righteous are not forsaken. So at the end of the day, the Lord takes care of his prophets, man. You know, but really, like the people of our nation, they really supposed to take care of. They're supposed to look out for us, you know.
Matthew 6:11. Give us this day our daily bread.
And that's how you know when a society collapses. The Lord got brothers, man. You know, as much information is coming out, and you see what this devil is establishing. You know, this digital Eden. You know, pretty much. You know, technocracy. We gonna be alright when we off the grid, man. Because it was always the Lord taking care of us anyway, man.
You see it now. You know, through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shah, we have food, transportation, and shelter, man. So that's the daily bread, the bare fucking necessities, man. We'll get the perks of the food.
That's right. Hey, but good. With that, we hope you brothers and sisters are edified. Once again, we want to give our honor and glory to double honors to our elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone Well, as well as peace and blessings, health and wellness to the house of David the elect. Shalom.